Hey everyone, I don't really have like a script for this or whatever. I just want to talk about All Out from last year. All Out is this Saturday, and honestly, I don't know what else to talk about than last year's All Out. I'll be honest, I have stuff to say about last year's All Out. First of all, I'm really confused on why MJF ended up winning his match against Daniel Garcia. It looked really bad. If you guys watched the match, it just looked really bad, honestly. Once again, I believe that MJF has like he has some sort of power or whatever that has him scripted to win every match. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Daniel Garcia should have won this match. Um, Honestly, they could have done better with that match. I find it also hard to believe that it's also gonna mark a year since the Death Riders even became a group, so I still find that hard to believe because the Death Riders had a kind of a weird storyline ever since Mox won the world title a month later. Obviously, there's a lot of things to say about this All Out. I mean, it was very chaotic to say the least. Like, this has to be probably AEW's most violent pay-per-view because most of the matches, at least one of the stars in that match got injured, or else you could say like the match just looked really horrible to watch for me. It's like you had what were good matches? You had Osprey versus Pac for the International Championship. That was a great match. And then every other match was either violent or just straight up boring. Like you had Statlander versus Willow, which was probably one of the toughest women's matches I've ever seen, second to the Britt Rosa match from 2021. Obviously the four-way Continental title match was pretty good. It wasn't that violent, but it was pretty good. Same with Mercedes versus Sheeta again. The match went way too long, if I'm being honest. Like, that did not need to go that long. Danielson versus Perry for the world title. That was also a pretty good match, but I believe it was after the match was something. Yeah, that was where Moxley choked him out. My god, it was a year ago. I'm trying to remember everything. And then Swerve and Hangman's steel cage match was one of the most violent things I've ever seen. Yeah, safe to say that this is one of the most hardest pay-per-views I've ever watched. I mean, Chris Statlander, what happened to Chris? Didn't she like go into thumbtacks or something like that while trying to do the splits? I could be wrong. Then Moxley choked out Danielson, and then Hangman Page and Swerve had a really tough match because Swerve. Oh yeah, didn't Swerve have like a needle put into his mouth, and then Hangman hit him in the head with a chair? That was violent as hell. I mean, there was something good out of this. The the main event when Swerve and Hangman. Yeah, Hangman had like this was the peak of his heel run. Like him hitting Strickland in the head with a chair probably marked like the official heel turn. I don't know how to say that, but the official like, oh, this man has lost his mind completely. The Hangman that went to AEW the last 5 years is not the Hangman Page that is there maybe now. And I get it, over a year has passed and he's kinda seen the light, but he's never gonna be the Hangman that started in 2019. I realized that Stokely never was utilized as much with Chris after All Out. I don't really know why they did that, but oh well. Young Bucks versus BCC was actually a pretty good match. Yeah, there's nothing much to say. Oh yeah, this was also that damn show that introduced freaking Big Boom AJ and his son and freaking this pay-per-view was how they got into the AEW storyline. Freaking, I don't know honestly how I feel about them, but it's not really too good, too bad. So another crazy part I believe is that this pay-per-view took place a week after All. I believe a week after. Yeah, 2 weeks after All In. Yeah, it was so. They were so like close apart. Like All In had 12 and didn't All Out have 12? Man, I could be wrong. All Out had also 12 matches. Man, I also have to say that AEW's attendance when it comes to All Out has really decreased. Like 2021 in that same arena was what, 10,000? 2019 was also around that. Then 2022 was a little bit lower. And then they came back here in 24 and they did like nearly up to 9,000. So, I mean, I consider it a sellout, for being honest. It's not that bad. I was not home when this pay-per-view went live, so That's why I couldn't remember most of what happened in terms of this event. I think the first match I saw when I came back was the Continental title, but overall, even after I came back, like by the end of the show, I was like, oh my god, this is one of the most violent pay-per-views, because you already had seen Danielson and Swerve getting their asses kicked, and freaking, I thought they were dead. Obviously, this year they're going internationally, so honestly, I dig it. It's not a bad of idea. They've already surpassed the amount of tickets for All Out this year than they did last year. Also, I heard last year's pay-per-view was supposed to take place on September 1 instead of September 7, but because of how close it was to All In, they changed it, which I don't blame them for, but man, y'all are crazy for that, AEW. They had Forbidden Door and All Out a month apart, which I'm very happy for. Like, you don't have to do 2 weeks straight of pay-per-views. Do I believe that All Out 24 was a great show? Yes. Do I believe it was violent? Yes. Do I believe it's AEW's best pay-per-view? No. Absolutely not. There are so many better events that they've had. Well, obviously, because of the amount of craziness in every match, I had to say that like this show was good in itself. It was interesting, but in terms of match quality, sometimes some of it was low. Like you had the kickoff matches, and then you had the botch ending of the first match, MJF Garcia. Yeah, and then you had Monet, Sheeta. I'm gonna be honest, it could have been better on here. It's not compared to 21, but yeah, All Out 24 was all right. Yeah, I guess that's really it. Yeah, enjoy All Out this Saturday, guys.